Week 2 is here, baby. We had a good game between the Vikings and the Eagles, where by the third quarter, it looked like the Eagles were winning and it looked like it was going to be a breeze. But the Vikings put it a little closer than we thought, with the Jordan Addison touchdown, 62 yards, and KJ Osborne and TJ Hawkinson at the 1 minute mark, 1 minute left, stuff like that. But it looked like it was a good win for the Eagles, home opener, crowd was wild. Crowd was racist apparently to Madison, so that's a thing. Don't be racist, but Eagles look like they did it. Looks like they did their thing. The Vikings covered, which was surprising because going into the third quarter it was 27-14, so it was surprising that the Vikings covered. But the Eagles look like they got their win. Can we just say they don't look too well? The Eagles had a problem with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, they were arguing on the sideline when they were already up by like 14. But A.J. Brown was demanding more targets, even though Devonta Smith had a really good game, 4 receptions for 131 yards and 1 touchdown. But it looked like A.J. Brown, still wants to be the main guy. Looks like he had a little bit of words to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts got 2 touchdowns. The Eagles way. Pushing the ass. Push the 1 yard line. Jalen Hurts sitting there praying for his life, but all we gotta do is push 1 yard. The most broken play ever. But hey, I'm not judging. Jalen Hurts got 2 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson had a good game. Alexander Madison does not look like he's going to be the running back for the Vikings. It looks like they're missing Dalvin Cook. I can't believe they let him walk. 8 carries for 28 yards. That's horrendous. On the other side, though, DeAndre Swift took the opportunity because it looked like Gainwell was going to be the main back after the Patriots game. But he took the opportunity. What did he get? 28 carries, 175 yards, and 1 touchdown. And, Jalen Hurts stealing the 2 touchdowns. One of them could have easily gone to Swift. He could have got 2 touchdowns today, and fantasy owners and just in general in football, he would have had an even better day. But 28 carries. I feel like the Eagles by like the second quarter, third quarter, they started realizing they could run on the Vikings. They realized like we shouldn't even be passing, and they just gave it all to Swift. And Swift looked like he took it all. Pause. DeAndre Swift looked like he took all 28 carries. He took advantage of the opportunity, and he made people not remember Rashad Penny. It looks like Rashad Penny is going to be your new Walmart cashier by the end of the night. So good win for the Eagles. Vikings are now 0-2. People who really knew football knew that they were not going to be that good. They're historically last year insanely good. For them, 1-score games, they won, I think, almost all of them, or maybe they lost one of the 1-score games. Everything went their way. So seeing them 0-2 is actually not that big of a surprise. I don't think they win the division. I think even the Bears didn't look that nice, but I think the Packers still have a chance, and the Detroit Lions are probably the favorites. They don't look good. Their defense looks really bad. They couldn't stop DeAndre Swift. I don't see the Vikings going far, to be honest. But Eagles, they look like they cleaned up house. I do think their offense needs a little work. They like that first quarter, they were playing to their opponent's level. That's what it looked like. The Eagles looked like they weren't, the Super Bowl contenders like they were. But the 2-0, you take your wins. Championship teams always take their wins no matter what. So, not too mad at it. Eagles, great Thursday night football showing, and on a good roll. Vikings, looks like they're about to be last place in the division. Moving on, Ravens, Bengals. Bengals are coming in -3 in their spread, and over/under is 46 points. So what do I have to say about the Ravens Bengals? Usually this is a classic game. There's so many they're really high scoring games usually, but this can turn out to be a really good defensive game too. But Bengals, they looked horrible in the rain, and it's projected to rain again, like cloudy skies and everything. But I think Joe Burrow will get back to work. He misses the offseason, and it looks like this happens almost every year. He misses the offseason through some injury, and he just plays horrible. And we all start second guessing for a second, or or maybe he's not as good as Josh. Even Josh Allen wasn't even that good, but he's not good as Patrick Mahomes and all these other elite quarterbacks. And usually he gets a get back right game, and I see it here. I think he can lead the Bengals to beat the Ravens. The Ravens, they didn't even look that good against Houston, so I think the Ravens are a little lackluster. The wide receiver room, if they get Mark Andrews back, this could be a really good game. But without their number one target, I don't see them beating the Bengals. I think the Bengals will win. I do think they cover their spread of -3. But I choose the Bengals over the Ravens for this one. I think it's a get back right game for Burrow. Jamar Chase will get back right. T. Higgins will actually get a catch. And 8 targets is insane for T. Higgins. He only had 2 of them that actually looked like he could have caught it. The other 8 did not. The other 6 did not look like he could catch them. But I actually picked the Bengals to beat the Ravens here. Moving on, Packers Falcons. Falcons are favored -1.5, and the over under is 40. Not too much not too much scoring they're projecting. I don't know. I think it could be a little bit more high scoring than 40. Packers look really nice. Jordan Love looked really good. I think the Packers know how to draft quarterbacks. Well, even without his main target Watson, he looked like he was cooking the Bears, and everyone had the Bears almost favored. So he was cooking the Bears. He was doing his thing. I think Jordan Love could lead the Packers to 2-0. It really all depends on how the Falcons show up. The Falcons are, old school, run of the mill. They're all about their running backs. Algier and Bijan Robinson look so good. And we all thought Bijan would just take it all, but it looks like Algier is part of the game plan too. That's why it's probably an over under of 40, because they're going to probably run the ball and run the ball and run the clock. But if the Packers get up to an early lead, that means the Falcons need to throw. I don't trust Desmond Ridder for nothing. I don't think he's good at all. Even though it's a Bijan, even though their pick was Bijan, I feel like they should have invested in the quarterback, because Desmond Ridder does not look good at all. So they have elite talent in Drake and Kyle Pitts, but it just looks like they can't even throw. You know what I mean? I think Bijan had more reception than Drake, which is insane to think. So I think the Packers would beat the Falcons. What was their spread time? I think the Packers cover their spread plus 1.5. I think the Packers are good. Also, Aaron Jones might be out, which could mean a big thing, because A.J. Dillon does not look good at all. So if Aaron Jones is out, then that could be a big problem for the Packers. This is probably why the line moved a bit. But I think the Packers will beat the Falcons. Chiefs Jaguars. This is probably the match of the week. This is probably the most exciting match. Chiefs are closing in with -3.5. They're favored by 3.5, and their over/under is 51. That's high. I think it is the highest one. Let me just quickly double check. It is the highest one. Exciting football we have here. We are in. Is it Arrowhead? No, we are in Jacksonville. I think the Jags could definitely give the Chiefs a game, but I think it's a get-right game for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes gets Kelsey back, and I don't know if you saw Kelsey when he walked out. He had us in the first half, I'll tell you that. But Kelsey looks like he's back. I do think, even though he had such a horrible game, Kadarius Toney can come back and do something. I think the Chiefs, any other pass catchers really do matter. I think Isaiah Pacheco could have a game too, running on the Jags. Jaguars, Calvin Ridley looks like the dude. Calvin Ridley looks like he didn't miss a step. It looks like he just took Christian Kirk's work, and Christian Kirk was never involved. Zay Jones was more involved. So it looked like Calvin Ridley just took Christian Kirk's work. It's a new alpha in town. It looks like T-Law loves him. I think Calvin Ridley is going to be the same as he was in the Falcons. He looks like a monster, and we saw him in preseason too. So I think the Jags could definitely give the Chiefs a run for their money. I think it could easily hit the over. I know the Chiefs. Who would I have cover? I think the Jaguars cover, though. I think the Jags keep up with the Chiefs. I think it'll be a very close game with only a field goal. I think the Jags could definitely keep up with the Chiefs. And don't be surprised the Jags beat the Chiefs in Jacksonville. The Chiefs could really be 0-2, which is insane to be champions. But I think the Chiefs, it's a get-right game for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes gets his start back, and I think the Chiefs will win this one. Colts Texans is a pick'em. Texans are favored by 1. The over-under is disgusting and 39.5. Who do I think will win? I think the Colts can scrape a dub. AR-15 looked really good for just being the athletic quarterback. He looked really good for just his first game. But against the Texans, it looks like it's going to definitely be design runs for him and design plays. Zach Moss is back. Zach Moss isn't the best, but he could definitely run on the Texans. Everybody can run on the Texans. Andy can probably run on the Texans. I could probably get 5 yards on the Texans. The Texans are horrible at running defense. So it looks like the Colts could definitely beat the Texans. AR-15 looks like he could definitely ball out, which CJ Stroud did not look that bad either. But I think it'll be close, but I think the Colts scrape this one. Who do I have to cover? I think the Colts cover. Yeah, I mean, it's only +1. But next one will be Bears-Bucs. The Bucs are favored by 2.5, and the Bucs look really good against the Vikings. For Baker Mayfield, he looked like an average Baker Mayfield game, a good Baker Mayfield game. He had a couple of those in the Browns. He had me believing at one point back in 2019 that he could fix it. And so he had a good game. He has good elite weapons in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Rashad White's all right, but I think he has good weapons. He has good weapons to do something. The Bears, they look lackluster. They only gave DJ Moore 2 targets. I can't believe that locker room. Imagine DJ Moore. He's probably looking at his helmet, seeing the Bears turn into the Panthers again. He's like, I've been here before, because 2 targets for DJ Moore. When you're losing, you brought this guy in, you gotta give him the ball. You know what I mean? And also no more there wasn't design runs for Fields. There wasn't design runs for Fields against the Packers. It looked like they just didn't design any runs. This is the guy's main thing. Make him run. So I think they fix all that. I think they learn from their mistakes. I don't know what they tried to do, but they learn from their mistakes, and they're gonna run the ball more and run with it with Fields. Have DJ Moore have around 8 targets, and I think they beat the Bucs. I think the Bears cover their spread. I think they actually beat the Bucs. I think the Bears will get right. I don't think the Bucs defense is that good, but I think the Bears will get right, and I think they could beat the Bucs down in Tampa. Next game, Chargers Titans. Ryan Tannehill is horrible, not good. Don't know why DeAndre Hopkins went to the Titans. If he really wanted to win a ring, I think he should have went somewhere else. He did say people denied him, which is not his fault, of course. But the Titans don't look good. They lost to the Saints, lost to Derek Carr. So I think the Titans will lose this one. I think the Chargers -2.5 going in. Over under is 45. I think it actually hits the over. I think the Chargers will pass all over the Titans. DeAndre Hopkins might look like DeAndre Hopkins won't play either, but the Chargers, it looks like Austin Eckler doesn't play either. But I think the Chargers, it's not even the run game that's the most important. I think Mike Will, I think Keenan Allen, all of them will have a good game. I think it's a get-right game after the devastating loss against the Miami Dolphins at home. I think they'll go into Tennessee and get it right, go 1-1, and Tennessee will go 0-2 in the AFC. At that point, you go 0-2 in the AFC. At that point, you can't win. AFC is so tight. Pause. Raiders Bills. I think the Bills, another get right game, over under of 47. I think it hits the over again. I think the Raiders will keep up. Porn star Jimmy Garoppolo will keep up. Bills are -8. Oh, by the way, Chargers cover their spread. Bills -8. I think it's a high spread. I never like those spreads that high. I think the Raiders will keep up somehow, but I think the Bills actually take it back. I think the Bills actually cover the spread. Because, I mean, it did go down. It opened at -9. So it did go down -8. Because high spreads like that are so tough. But I think the Bills will get right. The Raiders defense looks horrible. They don't look that good. The Bills, after a devastating loss to the Jets, who lost Aaron Rodgers, and they lost to a Zach Wilson leg. I take it back. It wasn't even Zach Wilson. They lost to the special teams and Josh Allen throwing picks, thinking Whitehead was his receiver. But it was a bunch of mistakes. I think the Bills will get it right, and I think the Bills will murder the Raiders, get it right down. No, they're in Buffalo. Yeah, they're in Buffalo. I think they'll get it done in Buffalo. Seahawks, Lions. I hate the Hawks, as you can see. Lions. Lions will beat the Seahawks. Spread is -4.5. The over-under is... Apologize, I always got to scroll up and down with this. Over under 47. Last year, over under is going down though. It opened at 50, now it's at 47. I think it's because Geno Smith did not look good. Also, Lockett is questionable, so I'm not sure if he actually plays. But I think the Lions are going to go 2-0. The Hawks did not look good. Nervous that Geno Smith, it was a one-time thing with him, a one-time thing. I think Geno Smith could be back to his old ways, the way he was throwing out there against the Rams of all teams. Granted, they picked up the defense a bit, but we all thought they were going to have a bad defense. But I think the Lions will beat the Hawks. I think Jared Goff and Amon-Ra will definitely cut through this Hawks defense, and I think Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery are going to have really good games against this Hawks defense. For the Hawks, Metcalf could definitely get a touchdown here and there. Tyler Lockett could definitely, if he does play, or JSN could definitely come in and be a difference maker. But I think the Lions will cover, and also it'll be the over that hits. Giants Cardinals, disgusting game. Oh my God, what a disgusting game. Over under 39.5. I don't even want to watch this game. This game looks horrible. Giants come in as they're favored by -4. Over under 39 is insane. I think another get right game for the Giants. Cardinals look like they want to get their first round pick. I think the Giants will have a good game. I think I think Waller will get a get right game. I think Saquon will definitely run all over the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals want to lose. They don't want to win. They're trying to get this first round pick. They're trying to rebuild something. So I think the Giants will win. Next, Los 49, the 49ers against the Rams. I hate the Rams. Another team I hate. I can't stand the Rams. We own the Rams. We are favored by -7.5. That's probably because of the news of Puka Nacua not playing, possibly. And the over-under is 45. I think this could be the under, honestly. I think we cover, though. The Rams have nothing for the Niners. We usually, other than the NFC game, and Jaquiski Tartt should have caught that, but that's just, at this point, nightmares. The Niners should beat the Rams. We look really good against we look really good against the Steelers. We were dicing the Steelers. We were running on the Steelers. We were pancaking the Steelers. We look like a Super Bowl team. Brock Purdy looks like he hasn't lost a step with the UCL injury on his elbow. He looked like he was throwing just fine. He looks like the guy, which is, for Mr. Relevant, he's definitely relevant now. I think the Niners beat the Rams and Levi South. Jets, Cowboys. Jets without Aaron Rodgers. Oh, to be a Jets fan is so tough. I feel so bad for you guys. Against the Cowboys. We also hate the Cowboys on this channel. But over under 38, that kind of means, that's implying that the Cowboys definitely have a gigantic spread, doesn't it? The Cowboys they open as they're favored by 9. They opened at 7.5, by the way. Favored by 9 points, and I think they cover. The Cowboys, I think, will destroy the Jets, unfortunately. Zach Wilson, we want to play hero ball. We want to believe in the hero, but like the Green Goblin said, the hero will fall, die trying. The Jets don't have a chance against this Cowboys team. I hope I'm wrong. I hope something happens. I hope a miracle happens. But literally, I see people now in fantasy selling Garrett Wilson. That's how bad it is. No one wants a piece of the Jets now with Zach Wilson in there. But he'll probably fuck your mom. But other than that, it looks like it's just going to be the Cowboys. A sweep for the Cowboys. Next, Commanders Broncos. Broncos open up as a 3.5 favorite. The over-under is 39. Another disgusting game. What can I say? The Commanders almost lost to Arizona, which is just disgusting. Broncos, they lost to the Raiders. They got sliced and diced by Jimmy Garoppolo. Jacoby Myers looked really good against them. What do I think? This is a pick 'em for me. I don't see Sam Howell look not good. It looked like he made the Arizona defense look really good for no reason at all. Who do I have to pick? I picked the Broncos because they're really good defense. And I think they cover. Yeah. It's a boring. If you're not a fan of those two, just don't watch that game. Dolphins Patriots on Sunday Night Football. This is kind of exciting. I'm actually kind of excited for this because I think this game's gonna be good. Patriots look like they have their offense back. Mac attack looked pretty good. They were balling against the Eagles of all teams. Their spread right now is probably Dolphins. Yeah, Dolphins favored by 3 and the over under 45.5. I think they can hit the over. I think it's gonna be a fun game. Wait, I'm reading it wrong. I apologize. The over under is 46. I think it's gonna be a fun game. I think the Dolphins can definitely give the Patriots defense a problem. Tyreek Hill said, even if they double team me, I'll still be open. Hard bar. But Dolphins, I think, will take the Patriots. I think they can beat the Patriots. But I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. People like to over-exaggerate that Dolphins game against the Chargers. The Chargers defense didn't look that well. Patriots defense looked like they were better than the Chargers defense. So I think the Dolphins will win. I think the Dolphins will be a really close game, really exciting game. Better than last week's Sunday Night Football, I'll tell you that. So I think the Dolphins will win it, go 2-0. Patriots will go 0-2. In the AFC, that's tough. And then we have a double header on Monday, which I find disgusting because they're an hour apart. So at one point, we're going to have to be watching both games. Might as well red zone this. Saints Panthers, over under 39.5. Disgusting. Rookie quarterbacks and Derek Carr just don't make people happy, I guess. The Saints are favored by 3. I think the Saints will win because rookie quarterbacks don't usually get better after, in 2 games. But I think the Saints will win. Olave looked really good. What's his name? Rashid Shaheed looked really good. Derek Carr is slinging it. He looks like Jameis Winston out there, and he's his backup. He looks like he slings it. He looks like he's not afraid. He looks confident out there a little bit. I think the Saints will beat the Panthers, go to 2-0, while the Panthers go 0-2. Panthers defense is good, but I think J.C. Horn not being there could affect them. But I think the Saints will cover, and I think they'll beat the Panthers. And then this last, but certainly not least, Browns Steelers. Browns are favored by 2. By 2, and the over under for the Browns Steelers games is 38.5. Opened at 42, so people are going the under, and it keeps going down and down and down. What can I say? The Steelers look bad. It was against us, and we have one of the best defense in the league. Not to brag, but Kenny Pickett does not look like preseason Kenny Pickett is gone. Looks like we have regular season Kenny Pickett. He does not look good. Not without Deontay Johnson, who says he's day to day, but a hamstring injury usually means they're out. It looks like the Steelers are, without their best receiver. George Pickens could definitely get a couple bombs. He's really good of not getting open and just catching it over the defense's head. But I think the Browns defense is really nice. I think the Browns, Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore and Nick Chubb, I think they have enough to beat the Steelers defense. I think the Steelers will go 0-2. I think the Browns will go 2-0, and I think they'll cover. I think the Browns will win. A little dirty, sloppy for Monday Night Football, but I think the Browns will win a dirty game. But that is my picks and a little bit of the betting of my opinion. Excited for football being back again. Definitely, it's a beautiful time of year to be a sports fan. Football's back. And yeah, hopefully I get everything right. Hopefully I maybe even win you some money if you go with my opinion. I will check y'all later.